No Secrets by Jim James is going to be in an alternate tuning that honestly I had never heard before. Your 6th string will stay at an E. Your 5th string will stay at an A. Your 4th string will stay at a D, but your 3rd string is going to be tuned up to a G sharp. So it's typically at a G, you will tune it up to a G sharp. Your 2nd string is going to stay at a B, and then your 1st string is going to be detuned to a D sharp. All right, so our two differences are strings 3 and 1. 3 is at a G sharp, which is tuning up, and 1st is at a D sharp, which is tuning down. What this does is gives us, whenever we make an E minor shape on our guitar, it gives us a major feel with an added, whatever that is. I guess it's a added 4th maybe? I really don't know. It's a tuning that I've never heard of. Music majors know what this is probably doing, but I don't. Anyway, so once you get in that tuning, the rest of what we do will be pretty normal looking chords. The opening chord is going to be an E minor shape with your 2nd finger on the 5-string 2nd fret and your ring finger on the 4th string 2nd fret. You'll strum across all strings from the 6 to the 1. And then the next thing you hear is a little riff. The way that you make that riff is that you're going to move, Jim James, I think, uses his pinky finger, putting it on the 4th string 4th fret, pluck that, and then hit the open 3rd string behind it. And then after you hit the open 3rd, you're immediately going to hammer on with your 1st finger to the 3rd string 2nd fret. And then you'll hit the still fretted 4th string on the 4th fret, and then you'll hit the open 3rd string behind it again. And it comes together sounding like. And it's kind of difficult to get out of this E minor shape to that riff and get it clean. It's really difficult for me, so that might be something that maybe it just comes to you immediately, but I know that I still need to practice this a lot if I want to play it perfectly clean. And that's kind of the intro of the song. Whenever it gets to the verses, Jim James goes from this, it's really an E major of some sort, but it's an E minor shape. What he does for the next chord, once he's singing and is in the verse, is he puts his pinky finger down on the 4th string 4th fret and his 1st finger down on the 3rd string 2nd fret, and just kind of hits those two strings. He uses his 2nd finger and ring fingers to lay across, it looks like, strings 6 and 5 to mute them, and he's just pretty much hitting strings 4 and 3 fretted where they are. Now on an acoustic guitar that sounds really empty to me, so the way that I am playing it is I am putting my 1st finger, my pinky finger, where Jim James puts his, but then I'm putting my ring finger down on the 5th string 4th fret, and then I'm grabbing with my thumb the 6th string 2nd fret, and this is basically making us an F sharp major. And so that's what I'll do during the verses to fill it out on an acoustic. Unless you're playing electric with a full band, it sounds pretty empty just by itself on the acoustic. So we go with this chord to the F sharp major chord. And it does that back and forth, occasionally going back to the little riff. And then you get a change. It's kind of, I don't know that it's a bridge necessarily, but there's a chord change that'll happen. It comes to this chord. The way that you're making this is you're going to bar with your 1st finger across the 4th fret, and then you put your ring finger down on the 5th string 6th fret, and your pinky finger goes down on the 4th string 6th fret. And your 1st finger needs to be barring the rest. So your 1st finger is barring string 6 on the 4th fret, your first finger is barring strings 3, 2, and 1 across the 4th fret as well. Then it goes back to this E minor shape, which is an E major. Then the second chord of this change is the exact same shape as the first one, it's just pulled up 1 fret. So you've got your first finger now barring across the 5th fret with your ring finger down on the 5th string, 7th fret, and your pinky finger down on the 4th string, 7th fret. First finger barring everything else across the 5th fret. Then it goes back to the E minor chord and the riff. And those are the chords to No Secrets by Jim James. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how to approach the song.